Hello and welcome to Defense Grid, the board game. This is my game. I'm Anthony Hansis with Forge by Geeks, and as part of making the game, we put a whole bunch of hyperlinks into the rule book, and the first one in the rule book is building your decks. So I'm here to talk about how you build your decks in Defense Grid, the board game. If you have any questions, please be sure to put comments down below, and I'll be more than happy to respond to them here, Board Game Geek, anywhere. So when you first open the box, you'll have 4 packs of cards that will come out of the box that are nice plastic wrapped. I've already taken the liberty of removing the plastic wrap. And the first thing you're going to have to do is build your starter AI decks. So as part of building your starter AI deck, you'll find the deck that has one of the AIs on the top, and you can pull out all 6 of the AI cards. As you can see, they're all very clearly named. So you've got Brielle, Kai, Fletcher, Rizzler, Taylor, Zakara, all the characters you'll be able to play in the game. Alongside those, you have their AI upgrade cards. And as we mentioned in the Kickstarter, every copy includes card sleeves to protect these, so you don't have to damage the cards as part of upgrading them. And I'm going to have printable sheets. There's also a link in the rulebook for that, and on Board Game Geek in order to replace them if you don't even want to use the cards. So, as part of these, you will have an upgrade card for each of them that you can separate out. And then you'll run into this weird team mission card that I'll be explaining in another video, and I'll just set aside for now. Now, one of the things we hope to do, and we're so happy to have pulled it off, is creating the starter decks. They each have 20 cards to start. And for a lot of games, that requires a huge amount of effort on the part of the player. So we tried to really simplify that and make it easy for you to get going with our game. So if you look at all of the cards, they have a little letter on the side here. And the letter corresponds with the first letter of the AI's first name that belongs in the starter deck. Even better, when we designed the cards for cutting at the manufacturing plant, we designed them to be grouped together. So you take this first deck and it's all the Bs, so all of Brielle's cards in a row. You pull those off, you have Brielle's deck. Now you do the same thing, and there's Kai's deck. Then you do the same thing, and there's part of Fletcher's deck. Now, periodically, they did get a little bit mixed up. I don't quite know why that happened, but here's a few more Bs for Brielle. We'll just pop those over on hers, and then you'll see these that have no symbol. Those you just set aside. They're for use in between missions when you want to handle your characters and alter their decks and build a little bit more. So now we go in, and here's some more Fletcher cards. The first of the Rizzler cards. So we'll set those there. Some Taylor with the T. One of my favorite characters in the game just because he's really balanced. He's great for single player, actually. And then you only have one Z card for some reason, and then a bunch more that you'll just set aside as far as the support cards are concerned. And then we take the third deck, and we will continue with Zakara. And now you're done. You have your 6 starter AI decks. But needless to say, deck building goes a little bit further than just doing that. So the next thing you'll want to do is separate out the support cards, which are in blue, from the activate cards, which are in red. And then finally, you have your special cards, which are in yellow. So this will just take a brief moment. And all of these are pre-organized as well, so all the cards are of the same type are together, and you don't want to shuffle these. So since you don't have to shuffle them, they should stay organized, and even better in the case of the support cards, or special cards, they're alphabetized too. So let's take those and get those all together. And the final couple activate cards. Okay, so now I've got all those decks nice and separate. We can set the support cards aside, and we can also set aside the activate cards because you won't be needing those until you get into some later missions. So the next thing you need to pay attention to is the special cards. They all have this lock symbol on the right side, all the ones that you are not putting in the starter decks. So if we come in here, you should scan through quick and make sure that none of them are missing the lock symbol. If they are, then they will also have a letter on the left side, which means they should go into one of the starter decks. So these all have the lock symbol, so they're all good, and I can set those aside. Last thing I do is I scan through and make sure that none of the special cards in any of the AI decks have the lock symbol. The lock symbol means that the special cards are locked at the start of the game, and you cannot use them until you start beating missions and start purchasing the special cards yourself. So, no lock symbols there, just 3 more to go through. Nope. And if you notice, lock symbols are only on the special cards. You will not see them on any of the others. And no lock symbols. Okay, so the next thing for deck building, so this is how you'll set up and play your first mission. You will not make any modifications to these decks. Just pick your favorite AI and have a run for it. But as you progress through the game, I'm going to grab Fletcher because, well, it's Fletcher. You will start having to upgrade, or you'll start being able to upgrade your AIs. Now, and you'll also be able to rebuild your decks. So, if you look at Fletcher, for example, he's got the gun, inferno, laser, and cannon, but he's really only specialized in gun, inferno, and cannon. He doesn't have any laser cards. But after the first mission, if you get at least a silver medal, you'd be able to spend some points, which I have another video explaining that, on how to upgrade your cards, but you could spend some points to add laser. Now, the ability to use support cards specifically with the laser. So if we come in here and we separate out Fletcher's deck into his card types, you will see that on this card it says he has 12 attack, 3 special, and 5 support cards. So I come in here, and by the way, I just opened this box, so if this is wrong, I've got a problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 attack cards like it should be, 3 support cards, and his 5 special cards. Now, if you happen to just play with him at the start, you'll see he's got a cannon card, and a couple of inferno cards, and a couple of gun cards. No laser cards. After the first mission, if you happen to get him at least rank 1 in laser, or if when you unlock the Tesla, if you wanted to level him up, enable use of Tesla, you might want to add some of those cards into his deck. So, in this case, we'll just deal with the support cards. What you could do is you just come over to the massive pile of support cards, and you can start going through and finding cards. So let's say there's all the meteor and missile cards, inferno cards, cannon cards, laser. So let's say you wanted to add a wide beam lens to your deck for your new laser cards. All you have to do is you simply add it to your deck and then choose something like, say, the armor-piercing bullets that you no longer want, and you just put that right back into the support deck. It's that easy. It's just a matter of swapping 1 for 1. So if you want to swap out any attack cards, like maybe you didn't fire the cannon very much with Fletcher, and you just picked up the Tesla as part of entering mission 2. You just simply remove the cannon card, put it back into the attack deck, and add a Tesla card to his deck. That's it. Very simple, and at the start of the game, all of the attack cards and all of the support cards are available to every player. So you can use them as much as you want to customize. The only thing that you are restricted from using are the special cards, which are locked. But as you unlock the special cards and they become available for you to use, all you have to do is the very same thing. So let's say I unlocked another Activate Any Tower card. I could simply remove the Overcharge Tower card, add the Activate Any Tower card to my deck, and I'm done. Now, the final thing about deck building I want to mention, and it might be a little hard to see on the camera, so I'll raise this up a bit, is this section right here, max deck cards. So when you start out, your characters are really restricted. So in the case of Fletcher, you have to have exactly 12 attack cards, 3 special, and 5 support cards. But you can spend some of your level up points to change that mixture. So let's say you wanted more special cards in Fletcher's deck. You could spend 4 points eventually to increase by +1, which means he can now carry 4 special cards in his deck. Now, you could either take 21 cards with you, but that's going to screw with some of the math with randomization, which we don't recommend. We recommend minimum deck size, makes them a little bit more predictable, but some people may mix it up. But once you do that, you can take one less of any of the other cards with you. So you may only take 11 attack or 4 support. But once again, you'll just flip those out. So let's say I added one special card to his deck and I wanted to be able to take a 4th. I could just add back in the Overcharge Any, and at that point, I could remove one of either the support or the attack cards from his deck, and now he's back down to 20 cards. And as long as he stays at least 20 cards, it's a valid deck. So hope this helps. If you have any questions, need any clarification, please feel free to ask me below in the comments or on Board Game Geek, and I hope you enjoy the game.